What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Paul Sorbara, President, CEO, and Director of Golden Goliath Resources. Golden Goliath trades on the TSX Venture under ticker symbol GNG. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel today, Paul. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Hi, Aaron. It has been a while. It's nice to see you again. Thank you very much.
Yes, and gold is looking very awesome now. We're right around 2,400. I think it's a great time for gold equities. So couldn't be happier speaking with you. Could you give us some updates on the company? Tell us, everything that you've been up to since we last spoke. Introduce the company for any new viewers. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Well, Golden Goliath Resources first went public in 2000 on the TSX Venture Exchange. And at that time, we had a portfolio of properties in Mexico. And for the first 17 years of our existence, we worked exclusively on those properties in Mexico. And then we ended up selling 7 out of those 8 properties to Fresnillo PLC, a very large mining company. And we took that money and went to Ontario to acquire properties there. So the company's been around for a while, quite a while, but the focus in the last few years has been in Ontario, and now we've just ventured out into Quebec. We have 2 100% owned gold properties in Ontario, Wishore and the Dixie Road project. And we have some newly acquired rare earth element properties in Quebec in a fantastic area. And we still have the one left property in Mexico, which we are negotiating now to sell to Fresnillo.
So in your recent corporate update, you mentioned the 2024 field program with a focus on the Wish or gold property. Could you elaborate on the objectives and key initiatives planned for this program and how it fits into Golden Goliath's overall growth strategy?
Yep, the Wishore gold property is got a tremendous amount of potential. It's in an Archean greenstone belt called the Batchewana Greenstone Belt. It's just located north of Sault Ste. Marie by about 60 kilometers. It's only 12 kilometers off the Trans-Canada Highway. The property is 14 kilometers long and follows a deep-seated fault called the Carp River Fault. And just south of that fault and mirroring the fault is a high strain zone. And there's lots of gold on the surface, especially in the areas of the high strain zone, which is characterized by quartz carbonate alteration. And so we want to go in. We've already done airborne geophysics and a little bit of exploratory drilling in different parts of the property. But now we have a 3 kilometer to 5 kilometer long zone. It's an inflection point in the fault and in the high strain zone. And those inflection points are excellent areas of dilation for replacement of mineralization. So we want to start off with IP survey along that 3 kilometer section and then follow that up by diamond drilling. So that's going to be the focus of our work this summer. We're raising money for that right now. We have a private placement open, and we're looking to do about 12 200-meter holes following the IP work. And we're also going to do about $200,000 worth of work, or we're planning to do at least $200,000 worth of work on our 4 rare earth element properties. They're located in an excellent area of Quebec near the Robert Bourassa Dam. So we have a hydropower, we have great access, we have extremely good REE values. We just acquired these properties. 1 we optioned, 3 we staked, so we own 3 100%. 1 we have an option for 100%. But our next step will be stripping and trenching. And that's going to be basically our focus for this summer.
Great. So could you tell us more about the Dixie Road project?
Okay, the Dixie Road project is located in the Red Lake district. It's about 15 kilometers south of the Great Bear property that was bought out by Kinross. And we have very similar rocks. The geologist for the Great Bear Group thinks that our rocks look like their rocks, and it's good. We did work on this several years ago on the south end of the property where we have a fault similar to the Great Bear Fault. And our approach there was to do overburden sampling to get to the basal glacial till. and look for gold grains. And we did that with a small excavator, and we got lots of very good and pristine gold grains that are very angular. Overburden drilling management analyzed these grains and recovered them from the samples, and said that they really didn't move more than about 500 meters from where we collected them. So we're trying to follow the ice direction back. And at that time, was right on the south end of the property. We ended up drilling a number of holes into the fault like Great Bear did, but we did not find the source of that gold. So it's got to be somewhere else. So we've moved to the north. We've devised an exploration program that has a much bigger overburden sampling number of target samples. And we plan to do that with an overburden drill as well as the excavator, because sometimes in the first program we didn't get all the way to the till because the sediment from Lake Agassiz covered it too deeply. So we don't have a permit for that work yet. We're expecting that permit anytime, hopefully this month. But until we get that permit, we don't want to allocate funds to the project. But it's got a lot of potential. It has interest of lots of people that have worked in the Red Lake District. And that's our sort of goal on that project. So, maybe a little bit later down the road, we have the permit, we say next month, then we might try to increase our raise so that we can have the $500,000 that we need to first do this overburden sampling program and follow that with diamond drilling.
That's very exciting. So Golden Goliath recently announced a private placement of up to 1.3 million. How will the proceeds of this financing be utilized, particularly in advancing the company's projects and exploration efforts?
Well, almost all of the 1.3 million is going into the ground. The IP survey that we want to start with at Wishore will be about $200,000. And then the diamond drilling will be about $600,000 to $700,000. And so that's the bulk of the money right there. And then we're planning about $200,000 worth of work on the stripping and trenching on the rare earth element properties. So this work will advance all of our properties except the Dixie Road project, because we have to wait for our permit before we can say that we're definitely going to go ahead and do something there.
So the interpretation of geophysics data at the Manakawagan project has been completed. What are the significant findings or insights gained from this interpretation, and how does it impact the development trajectory of the project?
Well, on the 4 properties, we started work last summer. We did some preliminary geology and sampling and confirmed the REE values. And then we did radiometric surveys on 2 of the properties, the Ernest and the Victory 21. And those surveys were very successful. One of them on Ernest identified 10 high priority targets and 30 secondary targets. The other one on Victory 21 got 14 high priority targets and about 6 or 8 secondary targets. And so then we wanted a better mag coverage on those. So we flew in December a drone mag survey over both of those properties, and then had the results of the mag interpreted with the radiometric survey data. So that gave us a better indication of the specific units that are hosting the radiometric anomalies. And so our goal this summer is to go in and ground truth the anomalies and open them up for stripping and trenching to define drill targets that we would then proceed to investigate.
So with the recent fluctuation in the price of gold, hopefully it continues going higher, how does Golden Goliath Resources mitigate the associated risks while capitalizing on opportunities in the market? Are there any adjustments to the company's strategies in response to these market dynamics, or let us know?
Well, we're certainly focused on gold, and gold is, it's gone up almost $400 in the last couple of months, or 6 weeks even. It finally seems to be the breakout of gold. And so that's really our focus. We have no control over the market, so we can't really mitigate other things other than putting our nose to the grindstone, keeping our eyes on the horizon, and going after the targets that we want. And gold has always been money, and now there's Bitcoin and all kinds of other things. But being miners and, I've been in this for a long time, gold has the eternal allure of treasure.
That's great, Paul. Well, thanks for all the updates on your projects. I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully we can have you back on with some more exciting results in the future. We'll be chatting soon.
Thank you very much, Aaron. It was really nice to see you again.